Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna speak on my first trade of 2024. It was a winner, so that's nice. Doesn't matter if it's a loss, but we got the winner first at least. We're coming in at 9 o'clock as usual. Uh, Here's the 8:30 candle, 9 o'clock Swedish time. We're coming in here on the 5 minute. This is why the entry criteria is so important. What I've showed you guys in the recent videos, if you have watched, you would have been stopped out here on this candle up because you're not waiting on the entry criteria. So when I saw this black one, red one broke this one, I do not care if it's a wick or a candle. I want to see this candle's bottom break. Wick candle doesn't matter. So a lot of people would just have taken this entry and they would have got stopped out. So when we got this little break wick here, when we're going in on the 1 minute, it's gonna look like a break of structure on a candle, but doesn't matter, we're not trading on the 1 minute. We're coming down here, taking the trade here. I got a bad entry on this one, stop loss up here, price came close to our price, but it did not tap us out, and then we targeted right here, and that was a clean ass trade. And then we also loaded it up. The load up we were holding for longer because this was a 2% trade. So this was the first trade. Then we came in here. Then I was checking because I was also checking at the 1 minute because there was a last imbalance in here. I wanted to see get filled also. So there was a potential price would go higher than this wick right here, but later when price broke this wick with this one, we're scaling out of the position so we can keep our losses small. But just because this wick take out this wick, it doesn't mean the trade is invalid. When this line up, this wick up here gets taken out, that's when the trade is invalid, and that's when we go off the computers. So when we saw this price come up, we already scaled out half position here. We're coming up again, and we're coming up, and then we get a red black candle, and what do we see again? We see again this candle breaks this candle, and now we get another entry. But this is the important thing, guys. We're not having our stop loss up here because everything is filled. If you go down to a lower time frame, everything is filled. Yes, it could come up and grab, but oftentimes it does not when we get those entry criteria. So we're taking this trade also, and we're targeting here, and then we're letting runners run to our 4-hour target here, because we had really no imbalance right here. We had imbalance here. This is the 4-hour. This wick should have held if price wanted to go up. Even up here, this is the zone that's creating the break of structure. This zone right here should have held if price wanted to go up, but it didn't. So the make sense zone, what we have talked about before, is down here, and that's why we're getting those big moves, as I speak about on USD before. This is all mitigated. There's no bounce points here, so why shouldn't price just melt through this one? It does not make sense for price to stop here. And why does it not make sense? Because there's no imbalance, there's no orders. Why would price bounce up from here? Yes, we're right now actually we are bearish on the EURUSD. If I looked back on my videos, this is the weekly. This was our daily trade. Hit TP perfectly, and of course we did not catch this whole move. You do not need to catch those moves. This move right here is enough for a good trading day. And then we also looked at GBP JPI. We got a 0.5% gain on this one. It was like a break even. Not so much to talk about, but the 30 minutes is bullish. We're coming in here at 9. We're breaking structure. We're breaking structure here. This is our target. So everything inside of this is just inside structure. And we're taking the trade. We're not taking the trade here. We're not taking the trade here. Where did we take the trade? Because this is a tricky one. This is a super tricky one. We didn't even take the trade in this area here. We took the trade here because there is no imbalance here, so we cannot take the entry. We took the trade. It breaks. We're taking the trade from here. Stop loss under here. And then we're targeting up. But when price broke this wick here, we're scaling out of the position because we don't want to be stopped out at the max stop loss. We want to scale out, so if price hits our stop loss, we're not getting that 2% loss. So price came here, we were really close to get stopped out. Price came, we closed half, it got up, we're targeting the 30-minute highs over here. Here's the trade. Price could reverse from here, so we took out the position in profit up here, and then price just melted down. And it's okay if you're not in every move like this. You don't need those big moves. You see how small this move was, and this was a 0.5% gain. We even scaled out of the position and we gained 0.5%. So that's how you keep your losses small. You need to understand how to scale out and load up trades when it's running like this EURUSD trade. A lot of people would have been stopped out here because they do not have a entry criteria, and they wouldn't even have loaded this up because they're scared. So you need to be ice cold when you trade, and yeah, that's probably everything. So guys, have a nice day, keep the losses small, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Whoops.